Welcome to Entrepreneurial Edge. Today we're exploring the universal cycle of creation and collapse, how empires like stars rise and fall. This isn't just history, it's a blueprint for resilience in our own world. We'll distill the epic sagas of fallen empires into 15 timeless lessons about power, society, and human nature. Let's begin our journey into the anatomy of collapse. Inequality is as destabilizing as gravity gone awry. When wealth pools at the top, trust erodes and the social contract dissolves. In Rome, this led to civil wars and a cynicism that made the empire ungovernable. Societies depend on shared rules. When leaders break norms for personal gain, chaos follows. Rome's republic fell not to invaders, but to broken traditions and unchecked ambition. The result, civil war, and a desperate turn to autocracy. Power transitions are an empire's most vulnerable moments. Without stable succession, Rome spiraled into chaos. Dozens of emperors, endless coups, and no long-term vision. Instability consumed the empire from within. Empires collapse when their reach exceeds their grasp. Overexpansion stretches resources thin, making borders weak points. The British and Qin dynasties both crumbled under the weight of their own ambitions. Expansion without sustainability is fatal. Economic mismanagement triggers collapse. Rome debased its currency to pay for its vast army, sparking inflation and debt. The British Empire too was hollowed out by unsustainable military spending. When the economic engine fails, so does the state. Rome's reliance on slave labor destroyed its own workforce, creating a dependent underclass and eroding the tax base. This feedback loop of decay fueled inflation and instability. Exploiting labor undermines long-term prosperity. Internal division and corruption are deadlier than any enemy. Factionalism and self-interest shattered Rome, Han China, and Egypt from the inside. When loyalty shifts from the state to personal gain, collapse is inevitable. Complacency blinds empires to rising threats. Rome dismissed the Germanic tribes until it was too late. Arrogance and inward focus leave borders and futures exposed. Environmental shocks, plagues, climate change can devastate even the mightiest empires. Rome's population and economy were crippled by disease and famine, compounding its internal crises. When elites control essential resources, resentment and polarization explode. In Rome and France, monopolizing food and land led to revolution and collapse. Empires built on fear and force breed only hatred. The Assyrians ruled by terror, but their enemies united to destroy them at the first sign of weakness. Coercion cannot sustain legitimacy. When fear fades, only enemies remain. Inflexible systems perish. Spain's refusal to modernize left it impoverished despite New World riches. Adaptation is survival. Stagnation is death. Consuming resources faster than they can be replenished is self-destruction. Rome's deforestation and Easter Island's last tree are warnings. Environmental mismanagement ensures collapse. Over-centralization creates brittle systems. The Qin dynasty's hyper-centralized rule collapsed quickly, while the Han's distributed power endured. Resilience comes from adaptable, decentralized networks. True strength is shared, not hoarded. The root of collapse is unchecked concentration of power and wealth. As elites diverge from the common good, every other symptom, inequality, broken norms, elite capture, follows. Empires fall when they forget their strength lies in the whole, not the privileged few. These aren't just ancient stories, they're warnings for today. The same forces, inequality, broken norms, environmental neglect, echo in our world. We can learn, adapt, and choose resilience. The fate of empires is written in their choices, not the stars. Stay curious and join us next time on Entrepreneurial Edge.